We hope you're having a fantastic day. I've gotten this question several times lately, and so I want to cover some of the basics. The question is, hey, I've got a couple of extra rooms that are open and I'm not using them in my practice. Is it okay to sublease these or to lease these rooms out to other healthcare providers or other providers? And the short answer is probably. First of all, I would ensure you that you want to check your current lease. If you're leasing your property, make sure that you can sublet those particular open rooms. Make sure it's allowable under your lease. If not, have a conversation with an attorney and see what kind of an addendum you can get done to allow you to do that subleasing. But beyond that, there is a key phrase that you're going to want to make sure that you notate. It's this: fair market value. It's going to drive the entire conversation from a compliance perspective. What you don't want to ever have happen in this situation where you have another provider in is run into a kickback situation. So odds are, if you have another provider in there, there will most likely end up being some level of referral one way or another, or both directions for that matter. And so you've got to make sure that there is no remuneration at all in any way, shape, or form for any referrals with anybody at all, let alone somebody you're subleasing. So the problem when you're leasing those particular rooms to individuals is you want to make sure that that rent is fair market value. If it's higher than fair market value, then it'll appear that they are giving you some sort of a kickback for that referral. If it is lower than fair market value, then it'll appear if you were giving them a kickback. And so you want to make sure that that rental amount is at fair market value. If you're not sure what that is, contact potentially a local real estate agent and somebody who is very familiar with the commercial real estate property in your specific area. They can help determine that. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what are the chances? Well, there actually are a number of cases that have happened over the course of time. It used to happen all of the time surrounding mobile diagnostic companies who would come in and rent rooms at an exceedingly high rental rate that was, and the courts deemed this to be a kickback, and license discipline, other fines and penalties, federal statutes violated, definitely problems that you don't want to have in your practice. So make sure that that rent is fair market value. Anything that's on a percentage basis is also going to create a problem. So if it's on a percentage of the funds that they bring in, that is going to be a problem. They can actually pay for the services you're providing. If you're providing services related to maybe reception work, or potentially billing, if that's something you're handling for them. All of those things can be taken into consideration when you're developing the rental, but ensure that you don't exceed that fair rental value. Last thing is, from a business perspective, just double check with all of your different insurers, both your general liability insurer as well as your malpractice insurer, to see if you need any kind of rider, if you're going to have other providers within the same building that you're leasing to. Just make sure that you have the appropriate coverage for that through your general liability insurer as well as your malpractice. Hopefully this information helps you out. We will catch you next week.